And so, for the sake of something as trivial as the survival of the collective universe, the entity revered as the greatest warrior in the galaxy was sealed into a celestial state of non-being and hidden within the wounds of space-time. Though the flow of time should apply to all things, there are beings who instead serve as the proverbial rock in the river that force the course of events to part and conform to its presence. It harbored intentions that could not be read. Its designs remain uncertain, but it didn't matter. Whether it stood for a fleeting thing called peace, or for the glory of blood and war, all that mattered was that the immense power emanating from the entity henceforth referred to as Galacta Night gave the universe cause for mortal fear. A dread born from the simple thought that at mere whim or happenstance, billions of lives could be eradicated in mere moments, as entire planets become nothing more than the cost of a war waged with his blade. Thus, in the time of the ancients, because the thing would not be killed, a decision was made for posterity. This life-obliterating force would remain sealed away, perhaps, until all things returned to dust. But perhaps elsewhere, if we follow the forks and branches of the river of time, we might find a conqueror from dreamland unknowingly setting in motion a butterfly effect of events, sending us down a different course from the history we know as Milky Way wishes. Perhaps in this reality, the militant extremist called Meta Knight became the first to unite the summoning stars and cause the reawakening of a long-lost clockwork star, a legacy of the ancients' technology, capable of calculating any input query, exporting any desired result, effectively granting a wish. This particular artificial celestial body, known as Galactic Nova, in one timeline sets off a climactic battle for planet Popstar. But in another, perhaps instead it hears the wishes of its summoner, Meta Knight. Else when a different clockwork star, once lost to the aeons, the all-powerful computer known as Star Dream becomes self-aware, completely wiping the mind of the unfortunate soul that uncovered it and obtaining a sense of self in the process. The computer summons all it can to save itself from being destroyed by Meta Knight's quest for justice. The fact that said unfortunate soul was a grieving parent on the cusp of being reunited with their child thought long dead is of no consequence to Star Dream. A deserved comeuppance, one might think, meted out by one who was temporarily referred to as Mecha Knight, a mind slave of Star Dream. Sensing its own mortality drawing to a close, Star Dream's space-time transport engine is activated out of desperation, an act once forbidden by its creators. Once again, a tool of the ancients puts the universe in jeopardy as it reaches for the sealed force from beyond. None too pleased with the reasons he was yanked through space-time, Galacta Knight thanks Star Dream by snuffing the living star out with nonchalance before turning to face his opponent. And so, time flows on. If we stop here, at the present day, in this moment, we might find Galacta Knight once again disturbed from eternal slumber. Though we aren't certain of the exact nature of why, we are told that the infinite voices of the dead began to call out from the underworld in desperation for life during a time when the lost cult sacrifices itself to birth Void Soul. It is said that the voices of those beyond the threshold of life are heard, and they resonate with the temporal warrior. It can't be said for certain whether the deity that appears is simply a messenger of the dead or the very embodiment of their regrets. In either instance, the secret is out. Its form is one we've known all too well, the very first friend we made on our journey from the beginning. It lands gently, as it has done so many times before, but this time, it atomizes the warrior where it stands in a blinding light. The universe can only observe helplessly as two unfathomably powerful cosmic entities are reborn as one. The butterfly was a lurking god. God help us all.